Hello everybody! Welcome back to the Illustrator Creative Challenge. I am Claudia and I'm your host here for these 2 weeks of fantastic sharpening skills in Adobe Illustrator. I can see in the chat so many lovely familiar faces. I can see Nadia, of course, Cody Bear in the chat, welcoming everybody, and it's going to be here sharing some very useful link. I can see Michelle, Eliel, Beck, Anthony, Jack Watson in the chat. Jack Watson, you changed photo. We can finally see you. Eric, Ruben, Kelly. Oh no, it must be a different one, Jack Watson. I can see two accounts. Getting confused now. Right, fantastic. So George, Carmona, Becca, Juwad, Mallory, Terry, Emma, Calixta, Anthony. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know where are you joining from. I'm always very curious. I am streaming from Manchester, UK. Although you probably get it from the accent. I'm Italian, and I'm an Italian designer based here in Manchester, UK, where I have a lot of fun in my design studio per my soul. But most importantly, streaming during these wonderful Adobe Live fun times. We just had a fantastic stream with Paul Trani and the one and only Meg Lewis. That was so much fun. If you haven't checked that out, make sure to go and watch the replay. You'll find it just below me. And if you are watching from YouTube, make sure to head on behance.net/live in order for me to say hi to you, read your name, and also reply to your questions. What is this creative challenge about? If this is your first time here, just a very, very quick info ride. And I'm going to jump into my screen so you can see a little bit better here. And we have Gerard from New York. Fantastic. Then we have Guido, which I know is here in Manchester as well. Ciao, papa. And hi, Susan. Hi, Eliel. Hi, Karin. Thank you so much for joining us here. So if that's your very first time at the Illustrator Creative Challenge, the most important thing for you to do is to head over on behance.net/challenge/illustrator. Here, you'll be able to gather the most important information regarding these challenges. First and foremost, click on the big blue button in order to be reminded about the upcoming streams so you can pretty much get a heads up on the reveal of the stream. As you can see, if you scroll down, we have different cards that display the streams, the challenges that we've done so far. So we went through logo design, coaster, menu, gift card, stories, and today we're going to be designing a background for a social media, in particular for a Facebook page. So if you run your own Facebook page or you're planning to run one, or you want to create assets for yourself or for your client, here we are learning how to do so in Adobe Illustrator. Also, I can see that Cody Bear is placing in the chat the wonderful Discord link, and here it is. I'm going to share it with you over here as well, is bit.ly/AI Discord. And that's the fantastic community, which I'm going to jump in just a second, where you can share your design just right here. But I'm going to talk about the Discord towards the end on the stream. I'm going to show you how to share your work in order to get a feedback from this wonderful community. I can see all the little menu design and wonderful design that we have done here. And as you can see, we have mentors like Jack Watson, Randall, Rocky, and moderators. And of course, you, the wonderful community that participate by sharing your work and getting feedbacks also during the next stream here at Adobe Live. But we're going to talk about that a little bit more towards the end. For now, as I said, it's important to start from the landing page, because here you can click on Get Started and open our starter file. So this is the starter file that I prepared for you for today. As usual, whenever we design something, especially when it's an item for print or even for web, I try to give you templates so you can reuse it, and that's what this design is about. Now, bear in mind, because I know this question comes up a lot, as soon as you click on the link, this is what you're gonna see. So don't be afraid. If you click copy to your work, the file is gonna be added to your work to the library on the Creative Cloud. But if you just wish to download it in order to open in your machine, all you have to do is to click on the file and then click on download, and you'll be set to go. And in fact, let's get started. So I can see if there is someone, Omar from California, Cody Bear. Oh, Cody Bear is near Portland. That's super cool. Omar joining from the moon. Oh, can I come visit you? I would love to. Oh, Terry is in Portland. Fantastic. I can see Julie in the chat. I know that's my mom and dad are following the creative challenges. That's so mad. That's so crazy. Hi. Thank you so much for joining. She's in Italy. I know that for sure. Amza here, a little late. Don't worry, we're just about to start. Sandy, fantastic. Right, so let's open Illustrator. Hopefully by now you have downloaded your little starter file. And again, I've opened these Illustrator, this Facebook page, just to show you that that's the image that we're gonna be creating. I just opened the Adobe Creative Cloud page, and as you can see here, there is also now, because of the new structure of Facebook, there is this like gradient that is going outside, the bleeding out from your image. But this is the image that we're going to be designing today. So let's make sure that you click on get started, download your file, and let's get started. Also, by the way, if you want to, I'm going to reuse some of the assets from the menu design. Those files are always there. The videos are available for review. So, you know, if you want to get yourself a little ahead of the game, go and download the Brandys Assets, which are those over here that I prepared for you, so we can literally use them for this new work. And as I say, this is a template. When you're going to open your file, you're going to see that it is made of just some instructions. I just gave you an idea of what the actual template looks like, and those are general sizes. So we know that it's 360 pixel high and 820 pixel wide. But when we look at on mobile, these little orange strips are not going to be visible. They're going to be hidden. And when we are going to see it on desktop, we're going to have these extent. So actually it's the opposite, sorry. So when we view it on desktop, we're going to be able to view these extended 90 pixel on the side, which are not going to be viewable on the desktop, and vice versa for the orange one, which we will be viewed on a mobile, but not on desktop. If that doesn't make sense, it's written all in there. So you can read it, and hopefully it makes sense to read it there. Fantastic. I can hear this odd banging sound. Everything, I'm here by myself, so unless if there is like a little ghost in the room, I don't think so. The door is locked. That's super fine. So, oh, maybe it's the music. Should I try and change the tune? I'm gonna try with another music. Let me know if it was the music. I just changed it, so maybe it's not there anymore. Let me know. But it's time to get started because time is running. Fantastic. So as I said, I will be using the branding assets. So what I'm going to do here is to create a library in order to work seamlessly and just, you know, without going back and forward from a file to the other. So I'm going to open my branding assets and head to my libraries panel. And then from here, I'm going to click on create a new library in order to create a new library. And I'm going to call it Facebook cover. And as you can see, I mentioned at the beginning of these 2 weeks, the theme for this week is breakfast and food. Cover. So we're going to be talking about breakfast and food today as well. Now, all you have to do when you create a library and you have some graphics like that is to click and drag, and then drag your graphics into the library. You can also select your graphics and right click, and then click on add to library in order to import your work to the library. Now you can also just simply click, for example, if you want to work with these assets over here, you can also press Command C and go to your other design and then scroll down and press Command V and just place the file like that. That's completely up to you. Another important reason why I would like to work with the libraries is because I want to retain the same palette. We've been talking a lot about branding and the importance of keeping your design consistent. And if the branding page is part of your branding, then you want to make sure that you keep that color palette looking the same. Let me know if in the chat if the little noise left, if maybe it was just the tunes. And let's keep going by saving this wonderful palette in order to create a consistent look for our social media background. So all I have to do is to click and drag over the artworks that are part of my brand. And then I'm gonna go ahead and find my swatches panel. Any panel in Illustrator is located under Window, and then here we can find swatches. And if I ever mentions any panel that you don't see, just choose Window again on the top and you'll be able to find it there. Beautiful. Now with our artwork selected, all we have to do is to click on this little folder, and I'm going to zoom in so you can see it, in order to create a new color group. So click once and you're gonna have a little window popping up, which is the new color group window. And then make sure that you check the selected artwork option. Here it is. So we're gonna be able to actually add all this color in one click into your swatches. You can also add them in your library just by clicking on this other icon here, which it says that add the selected swatches or color groups into the library. And we can click once in order to add it to the color themes. And here it is. So Mallory said that the noise is still there, but not to worry about it. So I don't know what's going on. I cannot hear anything. I always wear a headphone myself, so I might won't be able to hear it. But let's keep working. Hopefully it doesn't disturb you guys, and we can keep working anyway. So as you can see, now that I have my color themes here, I can actually close my swatches panel because it's much handy to work just with, you know, a neater workspace. I just got more real estate in my workspace, so I can just work with my libraries. And talking about libraries, it's time to add more assets, in particular some photo, because I'm gonna teach you today, and we're gonna learn together how to mask an image directly here in Illustrator. So with our library selected, I'm gonna click on the down pointing arrow and then select Adobe Stock from the search from little drop down menu. And from here, I'm gonna just search for breakfast. And here it is. We have so many wonderful pictures here from Adobe Stock. Of course, if you do have your own, please feel free to use your images. But if, like me, you don't have any photo and any nice professional photo about breakfast, you can just choose one here for from Adobe Stock. Then click on the little plus once you are happy with the photo that you are choosing. And at the moment, the photo is just like a preview. It will contain the Adobe Stock watermark, and you don't need to license it until you're ready to use it. So you can just use it for just a practice purpose. So Antonia is asking, is your hair slightly blue, green, black? No, that's the green screen. And oh, here it is. I've been looking for this. I've been looking for my bubble the entire time before streaming, and it was on my arm. So let me see if I can actually wrap all my hair and make sure that we get rid of that green screen, even if I think there is also my necklace reflecting it. Here we go. Perfect. Audio check, green screen check. We're ready to keep going. Fantastic. So hopefully that will not disturb the reflection of the green screen. So I'm gonna do a little tour of my studio afterwards on my Instagram, so you can see what is behind and around me. And it's a lot of popcorns at the moment everywhere on the table. Fantastic. So let's keep going. And we can perhaps add more images if you want, so you can keep searching again, like even using the same word as many times as you want, and you can keep adding images. I saw another one that it was quite nice, this one over here. And sorry guys, it's quite a continental breakfast going on, but here it is. Antonia says, sorry to distract. Don't worry, that's the beauty of the stream, and you know, it's nice to interact about anything. I'm here always very happy to answer to your questions, and the magic of the studio, that green screen is always nice to get to know a little bit more about that as well. Right, so we have added our images to our library. All we have to do now is to click and drag in order to place it inside our little workspace, and then go ahead and click one of the corner of the bounding box, making sure to hold the shift key in order to resize your image and resize it proportionally, just like so. So we have resized it. You can also go ahead to your layers. Remember, if you don't see the layers panel, you can always find it under the window menu. And you can see that I've been very neatly placing all the instructions layer into a separate container, which is a layer here on the top. And you can toggle its visibility by clicking on the little eye icon in order to hide it or to show it. So at the moment, I'm gonna hide it. And when I'm gonna start to bring in logo and other important information, we can actually bring it back. So here it is. I know that I've actually filled my image, making sure not to leave any white background there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and press the letter M on your keyboard in order to bring up the rectangle tool. You can also find the rectangle tool here on your toolbar at the top, just above my head, on this way. Now click and drag in order to create a rectangle. that we're gonna fill with a gradient, because that's something that I really wanted to talk about today. Gradients and blending mode, in order to take any image and just kind of like wrap it within the color palette of the brand. So it just looks on point and it looks like it's part of the brand. Fantastic. So I'm going to press the letter G in order to bring up my little gradient tool, or you can just click on the gradient tool and then head to properties and select what kind of type of gradient you want to use. You can use a linear gradient and then a radial gradient, or a freeform gradient, which I'm a big fan of. And I'm going to go ahead with a freeform gradient here. And you can use also points or lines, but I'm going to start by adding points. And as you can see, once you select the gradient, you can just simply click in order to add different color stops. Now with this color stop selected, we can head back to our libraries and start by assigning a color. So we can perhaps give it this color stop a purple color, and then maybe just we can add the yellow over here. So we're literally using colors that are part of the brand, and then you can click and drag around in order to move your gradient. You can also move the color stop in the gradient, or actually just take it outside in order to delete it. Press Command Z to undo if you want to bring it back, and you can also just press the delete key of the backspace bar in order to delete the gradient here. Again, just click once inside in order to bring it back. You can also double click on the little color stop, and then the swatches panel will come up. So you can just, take the color again from the swatches. I want to use more than 2 gradients for now, just because I think that, there is already a lot of color going on in the image. When you're done and you're happy with your gradient, press the letter V on your keyboard to bring back our black arrow, which is our selection tool that you find up here on the toolbar. And then go under properties and click on opacity and change the blending mode to overlay. And as you can see, we just kind of like wrapped up the color, the image with the color of the brand. And I gotta run because there's so much I want to show you. Always, we need to do 1 hour challenges. Half an hour is not enough. And as you can see, we have the colors and we have the photo, and we'll just kind of make sure that even if the photo was taken by I don't know who, I don't know where, it matches my brand just because we have introduced as the brand color. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on the curvature pen tool, which is just over here under the pen tool, in order to create a curved shape. And as you can see, all I have to do is to click one to create the first point, and then click again to create a midpoint. And this sort of like a preview, which I believe is called rubber band, will come up. And you can use it over and over again in order to create like a roundish shape, just like so. Then with the selection tool, click and drag over the photo and the gradient and press Command G in order to group them, because they need to be grouped in order to be then used with a clipping mask. Then click and drag over our new shape and the group and press the shortcut Command 7 on a Mac. That's Control 7 on Windows, and Adobe Cadabra is done. We created a clipping mask with a gradient, everything looking pretty, and we're ready to finish this off. Click on the rectangle tool and then click and drag to create another background. And we can go back to our libraries and assign one of the color from the brand. Now press Command or Control Shift left bracket to bring it to the back. And you see we're pretty much done. It's now time to bring in our brand, which we can simply drag from our little libraries here. And if you want, you can use other little elements. For example, you can create a little discount code or something like that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and create a circle, and again I'm simply using this little color from the brand. Just everything looks consistent. Can make the logo a little smaller, just like so. And then if you want to, you can also add more elements here, just like so. And if you wish, for example, to add them into your circle, oops, just wanted to make that yellow so it's not the same green. If you wanted to add them to the circle, all you have to do is to click on the circle, press Command C and press Command F to create a copy, then hold Shift and select your other graphic. And again, boom, Command S. And even your graphic is now included inside the circle. And you can put perhaps a little offer over there with like a 50% discount. But before you finish that off, you want to make sure that you go ahead into your layers and you turn on again your instructions, because you want to make sure that stuff like, you know, your copy, if you're going to add any copy here, and I'm actually going to bring back something that I've already prepared, so it's nice and done. So as you can see, I've added like a 50% off family deal, and this text is important, so you really want to make sure that it's visible also on mobile. And we already know that this part is not going to be visible because it's just for desktop, so just make sure that everything is within the pink margin. And the same for the bottom, you really want to make sure that your logo, or I don't know if you're going to put like, for example, your Instagram information or a link or a code, everything needs to be within this. And Ashraful is asking, is it a cover photo? Yes, I was showing at the beginning that you can use it for your Facebook page cover. This is the size that I provided for you. Of course, you can use those techniques for anything that you want, but I was trying to give you an advice on how to create your Facebook cover page. And we got 5 minutes before we are finishing off. Those challenges go too fast. They have too much fun. Ramon is asking, can you layer as many objects as you want onto the same design? Yes. I don't think there is a limit to your layers. You can layer different elements within the same layer. So if I go ahead here and I click on the little down pointing arrow, you see all the elements that make up the elements that are contained inside my layers. And you can also click on this little plus icon here in order to add new layers. And in order to, you know, keep organized, double click into your layer and rename it if you wish to do so. And then press Command Z to undo, because I was just showing it as an example. Now, before you export your file, click on again on the visibility in order to hide the little instruction. You don't want to export those. And press Option Command E, which is Control Alt E on the Windows machine, in order to bring up your export for screen. So just real quick, we're ready to export as well. Now select your destination folder by clicking on the little folder here, and then go ahead and select the format by selecting the down pointing arrow and decide if you want a PNG or a JPEG compression. You can also export as SVG or a PDF. I'm going to stay with a PNG, and I'm going to make sure that Illustrator opens up the location after exporting. So I'm going to, you can also add a prefix. So in here I can add as Facebook cover, and then click on Export Artboard, and boom, Illustrator opens automatically the folder for me, which was my desktop folder. And here it is, that's my cover art. And now all I can do is to go back into our Discord, and I'm gonna just real quick make sure that everyone knows where to go. So it's bit.ly/AI Discord in order to join the Discord server. So from here, all you have to do is go into, let me just jump on the other side, go into the little feedback channel and select challenge. And then from here, click on the little plus icon, and you can select your destination folder. In this case, it's just my desktop. Click on open, and you can also add a little comment. So I'll be like challenge 6, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, and click on upload, and your image is ready to be shared with the world here into our oh my god, those are so cute. I can't wait to go back. You guys are doing such an amazing job. I'm so mind blown all the time. So exciting to see. We've done some kawaii stuff yesterday, which was super, super cute. Again, if you're just doing it like, you know, within us just as a practice, feel free to keep the Adobe Stock watermark. But if you're using it for your business, all you have to do is to go back into your libraries, and from here, click on the little cart icon if you wish to purchase and the license of the image so you can use it for your business. Don't forget also to share your work on Behance. I got 1 minute. And from your Behance here, you can be featured if you shared your image with the AI Creative Challenge hashtag. You'll be able to add the hashtag in your project. Let's see if I can actually show you how to do that from the settings. So you can create a new project clicking on this button, and then from here, once you edit it or while you're creating it, you can click into settings and add your project tag, which should be AI Creative Challenge. If you do so, you'll be able to be featured into the galleries, and in the galleries, each single word is handpicked by the Adobe Live team. So they're gonna be keeping your eyes on your work and on your profiles, and you're gonna have the chance to be featured. In terms of being featured, also probably like 30 seconds, tomorrow and Thursday, I'm gonna be on Rework It with Jesus Ramirez to rework your artwork and feature your artwork on Adobe Live. So head on iamclady.com/reworkit in order to share your work with us and to be featured. And I think that's it for today. We managed to do everything. Thank you so much. Don't forget to stay tuned. There is so much more amazingness coming here at Adobe Live. I'm just going to show you real quick. We got mobile app with Talion, then XD Daily Creative Challenge with Jesse, and Design in the Dark with Simone and Andrew Ocrado. Fantastic. That's it for today. Thank you so much, everybody. It's been a pleasure as usual, and I'll catch you tomorrow, same time here at Adobe Live. Stay tuned for more fun. Bye.